Well, hello there. It's me, Stu, with my lovely wife, Amy. Thank you for joining me today.
Oh, thank you for joining me. Happy Thanksgiving to all of our American friends out there.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving to all of our American friends. Listen, we are coming to you because we have something very exciting that's coming up on Tuesday, December 1st, which is known as Giving Tuesday. So hello to everybody. Thank you for jumping on. And we've got something very exciting happening on Tuesday, December 1st. But here's where this idea was born from. About, 13 years ago. 13 years ago, Amy and I did something that sparked a big change in our lives. And it happened right around this time of the year. And it was a TV show that you watched and afterwards were incredibly inspired.
It was a great show.
And it set in motion what ultimately became a whole charity where we have been building schools in Kenya.
Yes. And
the charity is called Village Impact. Mm-hmm. And we have now built 14 schools. And how many kids are going to that school?
So 14 schools and over 5,000 kids. So each one of our schools is not just one building, it's actually 8 buildings. And our biggest school has close to 700 students that attend it, but the average size is about 300.
So 5,000 plus kids are going to school. And it all started because of an idea that you had after watching a Oprah's show called The Big Give.
Oprah's Big Give. It was really good.
It was really good. You were really inspired. And what inspired you about that show?
I loved how, she was being Oprah like she is, but like she went into these communities and transformed lives and did, hi everybody, and transformed lives. Like she went in and totally renovated areas that families were using, went into businesses and helped them do like all kinds of things. And we watched it and we cried every night we watched it and cried.
And you then said, I want to do something just like that, but for a community in a developing country. And that led us ultimately to creating Village Impact, which is the charity that you and I founded. And we've been focusing all of our efforts in Kenya. But here's the interesting part. And this is why this is very important for you. Because you said, okay, I want to do this in a community that in a developing country. And I said, awesome. I'm being like at the time we weren't married yet. Were we?
No, we weren't.
Oh goodness.
Man, that's really embarrassing.
No, we had just gotten married. Okay, we had just gotten married. Oh, glad we got that figured out. But you said, okay, I'll figure out all the trip logistics. And then you said you figure out how to raise money.
Yes, because I am, if anyone knows me, I love organizing things. I love creating experiences and I love international travel. I love where we live, but I also have always had a heart growing up for people in developing countries and just different cultures around the world.
So you said you take care, I'll take care of the travel details, you take care of the fundraising. And in 2007, we did something that was phenomenal success on all fronts. And it was, called, we call it internally, our prediction call. Yes. And essentially what we did was we pulled together like the who's who of the entrepreneur and online world. And in that, we invited them to come and join us. And I would ask them, what were their biggest strategies, the biggest needle movers of the year for them in their business? And then also, what are the trends and opportunities that they're looking at going into the next year? And it was a huge success, right?
It was a huge success. We raised close to $14,000 the first time we did it. We did it all within a couple of days to raise money at that point to go down to El Salvador at Christmas. So it was amazing. We did it.
And then we did it the following year. We did it the following year. And then for some reason, I have no idea why, we stopped doing it. Now, here's why we're bringing it back this year. Because as you know, there were so many people this year impacted by COVID. And COVID impacted a ton of businesses and business owners. And for that, our heart goes out to every single business owner who was impacted. We have friends who, have brick and mortar businesses, whether it be restaurants or cafes or retail shops, all of which had to shut down or are in constant uncertainty as to whether they are going to be able to be open or closed or what have you. But there's another group of people that have been impacted by this, and that is nonprofits.
Yes.
And we certainly fell into that bucket because 95% of our fundraising typically came from live events. Yes. Well, and as you can imagine, with COVID, there's no more live events.
Lots of online ones. But
yes.
Not.
And so we have pivoted and shifted gears, and this is why we're bringing back the prediction call. And
we've kind of gone back, and we don't know, goodness. Like I said, we don't know why we kind of stopped doing it. I think we got into other things, and then we didn't. So we thought, why not bring this back? Because we can do it again.
And we're bringing it back, and we're bringing it back in a big way. We have assembled just an amazing panel of friends and donors and colleagues who are all going to be sharing with you their biggest needle moving strategies that moved their business forward the most in 2020. And I'm also going to be asking them, what are their ideas and trends and opportunities that they see going into 2021? And so together, you're going to hear from Amy Porterfield,
Russell Brunson,
Nicole Walters,
Jamal Miller,
Reid Tracy,
James Wedmore,
Audria Richmond,
Jeff Walker,
Brett and Chalene Johnson,
Pete Vargas.
And we're all coming together, and we're going to share with you.
Audria.
I already said Audria.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. And we're all going to share our biggest ideas and predictions going into 2021. And I can just tell you this. Being behind the scenes, certainly helping thousands and thousands of membership site owners. Obviously, that's my forte. There have been some big trends that have been happening this year. In fact, there's been more memberships started this year in our space that the students we've been helped than ever before. And not only new memberships, but I'm also talking about many tribers who are launching a second, a third different membership, all experiencing crazy success. So we're going to talk about what does it mean going into 2021 and what has this environment created that other years past had not. We'll talk about all of that. That's just from my perspective. But you're going to hear, as I said, from so many other people as well. It's going to be a fabulous evening. I want to encourage you to come and join us. And the reason is because 100% of the money is going directly to Village Impact. And explain what's going to be happening with that, Aim.
Yeah, so with Village Impact, we are still, I see in the comments someone said we're still doing things in Kenya. Absolutely.
Big things.
We have been there now for several years with our 14 schools. We're still building schools. We had a whole bunch of entrepreneurial things lined up with our community because, as you know, our organization is community driven. All of our activities come from the ground up in Kenya, and we help support where we can with their ideas.
So let me just unpack that a little bit. So for those who don't know, Village Impact is a nonprofit that Amy and I founded years ago, and the whole focus is to bring education to these rural communities. We started by building elementary schools. Then we also started building
high
schools. And then what we found was there was also an opportunity where a lot of the kids graduating high school were eager to learn how to start their own business. And so that's ultimately the path that we have, really invested in the communities. And this was the year we were about to launch entrepreneurial camps for those graduating students.
This was the year we had everything planned and COVID hit, but we had a summer camp that we were organizing with local Kenyan entrepreneurs and business owners. And we were taking our kids from one of our high schools through to the camp, and they were going to learn from locals. And they were just going to have this great experience and gather so much insight and plant these seeds of possibility for them. And then COVID hit. So that is still in the plans to do hopefully next summer. But it's been really fun as we've grown the organization just to get to know the kids that we help and get to know the communities and the teachers and the staff and learn about them and their community and what we can learn from them also and help each other that way.
So along that line, this year obviously threw us a curveball, but it's also thrown so many people around the world a curveball, including the people in our villages and communities. And this is when Amy said, our projects are community driven. They really are. So explain now what the real pressing need is within our communities.
Yeah. So, we're based in Toronto, Ontario, and just like all around the world, people are not in school, struggling, things like that. So in Kenya, in our community where we help, the schools were shut down, just like our kids' school, where it's everything was shut down. It has started to open. It will open again in January. But what's happening is they don't have the resources that we do. I have 2 amazing hospitals down the road that I can go to. They don't have the ventilators to put people on if you get case of COVID really bad, or they don't have even the necessary like water, hand sanitizer, soap, those things that are so easy for us to find. I mean, sometimes some things could be hard, but like we can get those things, right? Even a simple thing as soap.
Just the basic things
like the basic
to beat
things
COVID.
To beat COVID. It's like, we all know washing our hands helps. So we've done one soap distribution within our community, and we worked with people on the ground, and our team worked with a church there as well as some other local initiatives, and they made their own soap, and then we distributed it to over 20,000 families all within the communities of our schools. So we've done that already and had great success, but what's happening now is the kids are starting to come back, and we want to protect our kids and make sure they're safe and their families are safe. So the way that we've thought to do this is, again, working with the community, is to create an emergency health kit. So when they come back to school in January, we can send home with each family a kit. And in that kit has things like a mask, soap, toothbrush, toothpaste, underwear, things like that, to keep them healthy and to keep them hygienically clean and to keep the spread at zero, right?
Because here's the thing, in these communities, if COVID hits, it could be devastating because they just don't have the means to be able to beat it like we do. And so one of the things that we have been, our team's been just pouring a ton of energy and effort into is creating these health kits to distribute to the kids, their families, to keep them safe as they get back to school. So 100%, every single dollar raised from the prediction call that's happening on Tuesday, December 1st is Giving Tuesday. That's right. 100%, every single dollar is going to that cause. So if you want to hear what my predictions are going to be for the upcoming year, if you want to hear from Amy Porterfield, Russell Brunson, Nicole Walters, Jamal Miller, Reid Tracy, Audria Richmond, James Wedmore, Jeff Walker, Brett and Chalene Johnson, Pete Vargas, I want you to come and join us. Go to ideasfor2021.com. Ideasfor2021.com.
And the ticket, just so you guys know, the ticket is $47, and that $47 will actually buy 4 kits. So 4 emergency health kits for their kids in the school. And our goal is to get enough kits to send home with all of our kids in all of our 14 schools. And what the amazing thing is, right, you send that one kit home to that one child that then goes home to their family, and then that is used within that family. So we're helping protect not only the kids in the communities, but also the families as well.
So gang, I want to encourage you, come and join us. Go to ideasfor2021.com and get the best predictions from so many incredible entrepreneurs, and get yourself a whole bunch of momentum heading into 2021. We're going to talk about like what worked in 2020. What are the best ideas that really moved the needle for these business owners in 2020? You're going to hear that. You're going to hear what trends that they're looking at, what opportunities that they see. All of that is coming on Tuesday, December 1st. Make sure that you go and join us. And then also, the other thing I want to know, if you can't join us live, that's totally fine. You will also get the complete recordings, transcripts, all will be provided after the fact. But as Amy said, the early bird discount ends on Tuesday evening. So make sure you come and register and come and join us.
And I encourage you to check out villageimpact.com and check out what we're doing, because this is one kit that we're doing, but we have also been looking at how we can help with our water. And I just noticed a comment in there, and we have been installing water tanks and water in our communities to help with the fight as well. So check out that on our blog, because you'll see definitely lots of things on there. You guys are awesome. And I hope you come and join us. It's going to be a fantastic evening. We're going to be going live. We're going to be asking what were their best strategies of 2020 that really moved the needle. We're going to be diving into the trends and opportunities going into 2021. This is a chance to really, get yourself a whole bunch of momentum as we close out the year and jump into 2021. So my friends, thank you so much. Can't wait to see you. And again, go to ideasfor2021.com. You're awesome.